Welcome everybody to the PsychoticKingAJ show. Today's episode, we're doing Actor Library. Today's episode, we're doing none other than Kane Hodder. Now, I met Kane Hodder at Fan Expo in Toronto, about 5 years ago. He was very nice, great guy. He really took a liking to our son. We have a picture of that. Put it somewhere in this vicinity, maybe. I also got his autograph. Really cool guy. I really enjoyed talking to him. As a big fan of horror movies, he is one of my idols. Now, a lot of you may be thinking, who's Kane Hodder? Who's AJ talking about? Well, I can sum that up with one name. Jason Voorhees. Kane Hodder is not the only man to ever take on the mantle of Jason Voorhees, no. But he is the man to reprise the role the most. He played Jason Voorhees in Friday the 13th, 7, A New Blood, Friday the 13th, number 8, Jason Takes Manhattan, Friday the 13th, number 9, Jason Goes to Hell, and of course, Jason X. He's even further solidified himself as the man of Jason, as the main actor of Jason Voorhees by doing the motion capture and voicing Jason Voorhees in the 2017 game Friday the 13th. Now, he loved playing Jason, so much so that the directors would take his input in a lot of situations. There were instances where the directors were talking about children and animals, and he told the director Jason would never hurt an animal or hurt a child. And the directors took that to heart, and they completely scrapped that part of the script. He literally tried to get the ending of Jason Takes Manhattan changed, but sadly, if anybody's watched this movie and the ending's kind of confusing, he couldn't get that part changed. And it bugs him to this day that he couldn't get that changed. But we didn't suffer through animal abuse or child abuse because of this man, which is great. With that being said, this kind of opens us up to also bragging about Kane Hodder's abilities, as he is one of very few people, I think he's the only person, to ever play 3, count that, 3 top slashers. He played, of course, Jason Voorhees in Jason Goes to Hell. He also played Freddy Krueger in that movie. It's amazing. As well as he's also done the stunts and been the man behind Leatherface in Texas Chainsaw Massacre as a stunt coordinator. Kane Hodder's not only an actor, he is a very good stunt coordinator. So, further down the road we go, another role that Kane Hodder took on, very strong-willed, we'll say, is that of Victor Crowley. Now, these movies were not received well by the public. They are very B-rate movies, kind of, and not a lot of people have seen them. But the movie series, the tetralogy, which means 4, yes, I know, I had to look that word up myself. But there's 4. It's Hatchet 1 through 3, and then the self-titled Victor Crowley movies. These movies are over-the-top gore. Not over the top gory, but over the top, like, it's animated gore. Like, it's meant to be funny. It's meant to be laughed at. There's blood squirting up in the air that you're like, yeah, that doesn't happen in real life. And it's just stuff like that really brings a heart to these movies. The storyline behind Victor Crowley is amazing. And it's probably one of the most underrated slasher series out there. And for anybody who's never seen the Hatchet series, definitely go and watch that. So those are some of the roles that he has played in multiple movies. Let's talk about a one-shot movie, which is actually one of my favorite Kane Hodder flicks. What I mean first by one-shot is it's just a solo movie. There is no prequel, there is no sequel, it's just a solely one movie, good, done, that's it. The movie I want to talk about is Old 37. In this movie, two brothers, Kane Hodder and Bill Moseley, who we will get into a video about him as well, don't you worry, answer 911 calls in an old beat-up ambulance. It's amazing, and the whole premise is very interesting. If you're a big fan of horror movies and slasher movies, this movie is very good for you. I'm sorry, my daughter's over there. She's trying to get her input in. She's never seen a Kane Hodder movie, I promise. Don't worry. So, with Kane Hodder, you have your ups, but you also have your downs. One of the downs that I'm going to talk about for a split second is that of a movie called Muck. Muck is a weird thing where they wanted to make a trilogy of movies, which I'm all for slasher movies being a trilogy. But they released the second movie first. And then they're going to release the second movie. Or they released the second movie first. They're going to release the first movie second and then end with the third. I don't know how that's going to go. But I have not watched Muck. I haven't been able to. I can't sit there and watch it. I don't understand it. There's too much missing for me to actually get into this movie. So, as I said, you have your ups and your downs. Also, some other cool things that I want to touch on. I'm just kind of getting the list out here. Another movie that was really good was Death House. Now, Death House isn't a one-shot movie. It is going to be... They're having a sequel. I don't know how many movies there's going to be, but there's most definitely a sequel. This movie was so intriguing to me because it features so many faces of horror in one movie, and it didn't get a theatrical release. I didn't understand it, and it bugs me to this day. I did watch it. I did really like it, and I hope that they bring the same intensity and the same feel to the sequel. So looking forward, what can we expect from the man who was uncredited in The Devil's Rejects? Bet you didn't know that one. Well, we are looking forward to, as I said, Muck, to see if anything can come of that. As I said, it is a trilogy. The way they're releasing the trilogy is really weird. And Kane, if you do happen to see this thing at any time, I love you, and I'm not trying to bag on you if it was your idea, but I don't know who in their right mind would release the second movie in a trilogy first. It just doesn't make sense. Also, we're looking forward to that new Death House movie about the 5 evils. If you haven't seen Death House, I didn't spoil anything for you. It's right, like, plain and simple right off the bat. Go watch Death House. Go watch Old 37. If you need any more movies that Kane Hodder has been in that are really good, do not be afraid to comment down below. Send me a message and ask me what other great Kane Hodder movies there are. Because there are some really good hidden gems within his library. Of course, this is not his full library. This is a quick one. We wanted to touch on simply the scary stuff. And yeah, so in closing, let's see what comes of Muck. Let's get some good movies like Old 37 out. Some like one-shot good movies, because he does play an excellent serial killer. And let's get that House of the Dead out. So from me to you guys, I'm PsychoticKingAJ. Don't forget to like, subscribe. Comment down below on any other actors you want to know more about, or want to see my feelings on their library of music. Also, do not be afraid to give us some ideas for some other topic videos you'd like to see. And the other comment you can leave down below is comment your favorite Kane Hodder movie. If you don't have one and you want to find a good Kane Hodder movie, ask me down below, guys. Alright, that's from me to you, my family to yours. Keep it psycho.